add-ons are a great way to extend the power of Gravity Forms and help your business achieve its goals. In
Hi guys! Hi, 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 hi. I'm in the wrong thing. Where's my... There we are. Like, where's my... Where's my cockpit? Oh, sorry. So, at long last, the glorious, beautiful, return of Battle Spirits is now upon us. And yes, this is a OG Matt. This is indeed an OG Matt. I am working to try and set things up properly. So, before we get into opening the new shit, I just want to make sure that I am hearable. That you can hear me even with the music being a little loud. So before we get into the new shit that just got released, or should I say dropped, I'm gonna pull out some of the old stuff. So this is something that a lot of people probably don't remember, and I've mentioned it quite a few times, and that's just me mentioning it. So Battle Spirits, when it first came out back, let's see, it's 23 now. So I was 9? 20 years ago, so 2003. Sorry if I cough in the mic. So back in 2003, back in 2003, the game first was released. There we go. We got focused now. And it was just Battle Spirits. The Shun Jump series, book series, comic books, everything, released a cutout page in the back of it that allowed you to turn it in, mail it in, and they would send you a pre-release kind of special edition set of playing cards. Forgive me for trying to get this out. This has been in here for years. This is 20 years old. This is the OG original Battle Spirits. Hi. Hey, Alex. Hey, Alex. So, what I have right here is the OG Battle Spirits that came out in the trying to get the camera. By the way, ignore the damage to my hand. I fucked it up during work. Just ignore it. So, these are original cards from the set, from the game, when it first released back in 2003. So, the good thing about this game is you don't have to worry about color to play. So that gives you a really good thing. If I remember correctly, it's specifically... There was something specific in the characters you had to match up. If not, there really wasn't anything. The decks were pretty pretty out there, pretty all over the field. Like I said, these are two of the ones from the Shun Jump turn-in. So like, you had the life of the character. So each one is like a shield, and it died every time you kill. It broke one. This was what you needed to put on it for it to go up in level. There's an anime. I'll just say this. There are many anime. There's long-standing anime for this. But like I said, so this is the original. I probably should just flip this bitch over. Okay, so it came out in 2009 actually. My bad. I should have looked at this. Came out in 2009. This is like in perfect condition because I just never fucking used it. I never got around to playing. I never got to do anything with it. So the original game came with these, which are called cores, and these are what you paid for your characters with. Hey, Walt! But these are cores. They're little resin cores. As you can see, this one I actually did open back in the old days. These were your life points. These were what you used to pay for your creatures. You got 2 of them when you first got the set. Except there's a second one in here. It's just kind of stuck. But this is the old. This, like I said, this is old. This is freaking. Yeah, it says 30 core pieces on the side. I've been holding on to this for years. I don't think anyone else has this. Hell, I could have looked at the fucking book. Yeah. But this is the rulebook from the original series. Like, there's a nice, cool creature in the background. Version 1! It's version 1!
Who's bumper tax season? Let's get out there and crush
I
taxes.
need to find somewhere else to get my fucking music.
This year,
The artwork's really good.
Done.
What is Battle Spirits? Battle Spirits is an exciting trading card born in Japan. The key mechanic of the game revolves around the core system. Cores are used to summon and strengthen the power of spirits. They also enable you to cast spells and deploy nexuses to create dramatic changes in battle. Is a strategy use of cores that will determine your chance of victory. This is probably not changed between the new generation and the old. I mean that wholeheartedly. I highly doubt that it has changed much. But since I have... Hi, Zero! But yeah, these cards, I actually redrew this. I worked really hard in art class, and I redrew this one, actually. I took this one to art class, and I redrew it. Now, if only the camera could... Come on, refocus. Come on. I need a better camera that focuses more easily. But yeah, trying to get it to... There we go. Like I said, I redrew this in pencil for my Arts Honors Society class. Tell you, it was not easy. It was not easy redrawing this bitch. Like, this is the back of the cards for the old generation. They're white and black. I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see what is going to happen. No, it's a dragonroid, scout dragon, Dragono, to be precise. But this is the original. Like I said, I've been keeping it in this since 2009. Since the cores verify it's 2009 it was released. For some reason I feel like it was earlier than that, but hey, what the cores say goes. And yeah, we have a dragon too. Ouch. But so we've got a lynch, we've got fae, and then we got dragons. So I'm gonna leave the lynches for last because that's my honey. I'm excited for that. We're going to go ahead and open the dragons first. The all-powerful dragons are gonna go first. Dragon disc. Yeah, and I'm using my dragon blade to do it too. Trying really hard to be careful with this. Also because like I'm doing this with a fucked up hand and it's a little hard. Okay. Okay. So the box just says ready to play 50 card deck made in Japan, the play sheet made in Japan, cores made in China, soul cores made in China. Type of cards, there are 9 common, 3 uncommon, 3 rare, and 1 extra rare. So I have no idea what the extra rare looks like in this game now because it never had an extra rare in in the original. If it did, I never saw it. Oh, mother. So that's the field. We'll look at that later. So this did not exist when I first started playing. So yeah, that is a soul core. It doesn't look like they changed the cores. Actually, no, I take it back. These are bigger. These are bigger, and they look more like cores than the original did. So I'm gonna take these out to compare real quick, because these are actual cores. They're shaped like actual cores.
Building your online business?
Yeah, they're so much bigger. I guess they realized that the bigger cores would be a safer thing to do.
Showcase them dynamically and seamlessly track
I'm
your
curious.
inventory.
Okay, so they are in like
Accept
individual
multiple secure
packaging.
payments.
They're a
And design
darker
your
blue
storefront
too.
Down to the very last detail.
That's
Get all
really
the tools
cool.
you need.
That's actually
Drive
really
more
cool.
sales with customizable gift cards.
It's even better
And
because the
twice
game
as
actually
many
comes with
subscriptions.
the stuff you need for your
Protect
mechanics, and
customers
it's
with a
not like,
cloud-based
oh hey,
loyalty
so we're gonna
program.
cheapskate the fuck
Email
out of this.
automation.
No,
And
this is
millions
actual
with
resin.
sales analytics
This is
systems.
resin.
Complete your setup with a
These are
personalized
resin.
analytics
Holy shit.
dashboard. Make
I
smart
might need to
business
invest in it.
decisions
I
and
don't
shape
even
the
know where I
next
could
phase of
find
your
another one
business.
of these. Come to think of it,
Build, manage, and
probably
grow
get it from
one place.
something else.
Go to Wix and launch your
I
online
really wish I
business
didn't have to
today.
use YouTube for the music in the background, so that fucking shit doesn't happen every time. Well, I got this is a fish tackle box. I'm probably gonna have to go buy another one. But I'm trying not to lose the soul core, because I will cry. What the fuck just ran across my desk? Okay. Now that that's settled. Let's see if I can get this open. But yeah, I'm probably gonna invest in like some boxes, some get my hands on some boxes and see what I can do about. No, Tomo did not run across my desk. I don't even know where Tomo is. Probably at home. So straight out of the field, I can say first, we have spirits written up in the corner here in the originals, and spirits written down here in the corner. Let's see if it's the same on like a regular card. Yeah. So the new way of doing it, they've got the spirit written. Oh, it's textured. Oh shit, it's textured. It's textured. Holy shit, it's textured. Okay. Forgive me. I am. So I have ADHD, and I also have a sensory issue. They haven't quite given me my meds yet. So stuff that does this, like, makes me so fucking happy and giddy. But okay, so the corner is still the same. They still have the life points for the creature, like the times it can be hit up in the top, if I remember this correctly. And then the pieces for like how many cores you have to have on it for it to go up to be in level. And it still has a level system. So that's pretty cool. They didn't change much in that regard. But that is oh, it's textured, and the cards are thicker too. It's reversed. It's reversed. Like, so this is the original, and then it said B on the original. Get rid of what you don't need. Especially in Master Duel. Get rid of what you don't need. But first thing I tell you, these cards are vastly different in thickness. So you can tell from the camera the difference in thickness on these. Like, that thickness is different. So I guess that answers my question about being able to pull some older cards into the new game. It's not happening. The card is thicker. Definitely thicker. And it's BSS. Battle Spirit Saga. The original only had a B on it for battle. I was like, hey, okay. But Nebula, Dragon, Andromeda? Andromeda? I know I butchered the fuck out of this. When summoned, select one of your opponent's spirits with 3,000 or fewer BP, or one of their nucleuses. My bad, I said Nebula earlier. It's actually Nucleus, my bad. And destroy it. Damn. But that's... Both cards are textured. Both copies are textured. That's nice. Normally you don't get both of them as holos unless it's Digimon. So Galaxy Dragon. Oh wait, so it's an. Wait, is this supposed to be a commander? Is it a commander thing? Wait, it has like a saying on the bottom. The order to invade the realm of gloom was finally issued. These events became known as the Dark Prison. Well, okay. I'm just now getting into. I've compared a little bit already. This is going on Facebook or YouTube later. Imperial Thunder Dragon. These are all red. I'm guessing you have to actually be a little more careful in this one compared to back in the old days where you could just mix whatever the fuck you wanted into the cards. This thing, all this thing has is a tail to it. Moonbow Dragon. Huh. Blade Dino Paris. Nice. Yeah, the flavor text is, it's a bore. It's a bore. Dragon Trooper. Dragon Shock Troop. Dragon Captain. Captain! Scorched Battlefield. Star Altar. Charge Draw. That's most games you have to have a charge mechanic. Landmine. that makes me happy. Wait, is that 5 of those? Nope, 4. Okay. They keep to the 4 mechanic. Okay. And Firewall. Well, we're not going to go around the machines because I don't have a machine deck. We are opening packs on Tuesday. But so far from what I can see, this deck is aggressive. It's aggro. It's aggro like all dragon decks are. Aggro, aggro, aggro. It feels so weird there being like an extra die, and it's play play with it. It's gonna get weird. It's gonna be weird getting used to this because I'm not used to the stones actually being like a decent size. Like this is an actual fabric mat from the original game. So like, here's your life section. Here's your reserve, which is where when you use them, expend them, they're supposed to sit. Your deck goes there. Cards go there, and cores go here. What, are you telling me I need to rebrand as a Nico? I think my friend Nico would take offense to it, though. But the deck seems pretty aggro-based, if anything. I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays later on. It could be an interesting setup. I'm not sure, nor do I know how it's gonna work. I'm gonna have to buy some sleeves for each deck, and I'm gonna have to see about getting a deck box. I deny nothing. Okay, so next up is the Fae. I deny nothing. I'm one of those peeps. I do that, okay? I do that. Damn it.
Birthdays are
There we
time
go.
to celebrate you, and we're here for it. Here for your flashiest. Your damn.
Yes, I know they're standard size.
Here for your
They have not changed the
happiest birthday, and he wants to celebrate with you.
They haven't changed the size of the cards since the original set. Ow. This is Faye. Faye. It's a fucking Pegasus on the front, which actually it's an Eldritch Horror at this point. I forgot to put this back in the dragon box. Okay. That's fine, Tomochi. Lurk all you want. I did put the new emotes up, so the new emotes are functioning. They function, they exist, and they're alive. So we got the I'm sorry. We've got the core, the soul core. The soul core is there. And you got your regular cores, which seems a little weird, but okay. So I'm really I'm sorry. I'm a little curious how the soul core comes into effect, because that just seems different. That just seems really different. Like, do you pick a creature and that's where your soul goes, or I'm just not getting it. So we're gonna do this. There we go. Hey, cat! You mentioned cat, and there's the actual cat. Okay. Oh, damn. Eat that! Okay. Now that I am back from Outland. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. Well, it's textured too. I just so feels so. I'm not used to these ones being textured. Calamity Beast Chaos Pegasauria. During your attack step, all of your spirit step costs 2 gain. Oh, he's a mini wrangler. And he restands them. Holy shit. Well, that's a cool mechanic. Hey, it's a cat Sith. It's Puss in Boots. Wow, this. Fucking excuse me. I work with knives all day. Even the injury I have isn't even because of a knife. It's because of a fucking sink. During your attack, refresh the spirit when one of your other spirits that cost 2 is blocked. The bunny's cute. Hello, Chain Angel. Hey guys, there's your chains. Sword Angel. Axe Angel. Arcana Prince Albira? Huh. Vanillas. Grimoire Fairy Tale? It's a pengy. Penton. Not Penton! Okay, so someone needs to take a picture of this card and send it to like a bunch of different VTubers. Okay.
The professional?
I smell a
Frieza.
Spain operative in this very room. It's him.
Give me 5
For
seconds.
a fresh, deep clean, it's Persil Pro Clean.
Oh, it's gonna
More
keep
than
playing.
clean,
Okay.
It's Persil Pro Clean.
I have fucking shit playing in the background because YouTube can't be nice and I'm not paying. Spiral Tower. Soapy Bubbles! That's so cute! Imaginary Gate? That's cute. Puppet strings! That's concerning. Drowsy Fumes. Okay. It's like, let's knock these creatures out! Okay. So, from what I can guess, this deck is pretty much re-stand the little guy. If you're little, you get to hit again and again and again and again and again and again. Well, probably not that many times, but you get the gist. It's a majority of it's gonna be I hit you in the face. I'm really concerned about losing these. It's got a bubble in the middle. So like oh no, there's not a bubble in the middle. It's just feels so weird. It's an actual core. We didn't have actual core looking things. We had those little like gemstones back in the day. But like this reminds me of the Digimon Rookie Swarm deck. So that's pretty cool. Rookie Swarm. Rookie Swarm. Oh, that's why I couldn't get this box to close, because I didn't have it in the right. I was trying to close this box before and didn't realize I had actually put the flap down that needs to be there. Okay. So. Alas! That actually hurt. I need to stop doing that. Okay. So this is my baby. This is what I've been waiting for. This is the deck I'm going to be playing in the game. And I damaged the box. No! If anyone has any questions, feel free to hit me up on them. I will try to answer them the best of my ability. I'm really confused why there's not an instruction book with these. I'm actually wondering if it's like, it's not in the field, is it? Oh, they changed the field. Okay. Oh, the instruction book's on the back. So, the map has changed slightly. I wish I knew. If I knew that... Yeah, I saw that, Ox. I saw it. If I knew how to win the lottery, you guys wouldn't have to wait frickin' every few frickin' days for me to stream. I'd be streaming every day. I wouldn't be frickin' working at a grocery store. I'd be streaming every day, and you guys would have your prizes would have been mailed out by now, and I would be doing freaking special event raffles every week and everything. The shit I would do for my microchips if I won the lottery. I mean that, like, cold-blooded mean that. The shit I would do. Where's Penn Lynch? I really wish Penn Lynch could see this. King of Snakes. When summoned, select one of your opponent's spirits. Remove all but one core from... I can't read that. From it and place them into their reserve. When the spirit attacks, select one of your opponent's spirits, remove core from it, and place... Oh ho ho ho! That's funny. So he puts them at their last life. Because the moment your creature has no core, it's game over. Which I forgot to mention. So those who might have thought that that soul core goes on the card, it doesn't, because these gemstones are actually a representation of what powers the creatures. Each one has a gemstone, like dark. This one, the Dark Lynch section, has like an opal kind of diamond. Hit his machines. The cop's wife is the dragons. But I like the mechanic already. I put you on your last life.
I might have to dance.
Try and see if you can beat me. This textured shit is just like driving me up nuts. It's just driving me nuts. It's a dragon assassin. If one of your opponent's spirits blocks, destroy it when the battle ends. Oh, it's Death Touch!
Let's get out there and crush those taxes. Who's with me?
We know some freelancers who are pumped for tax season. This year, hire a tax expert on
Huh.
Done.
If this thing gets a soul core. Huh. It's a snake. If there's this, these are the first ones I've seen that I've actually referenced the soul core. On this spirit, it cannot be blocked by any of your... Oh! Dude, Shadow Strike! When summoned, select one of your opponent's spirits, remove a core from it and place it into their reserve. All of this is about getting the cores away. It's so cute! Demi-bone. Demi-bone. It's a mummy elephant. Melephant. It says Melephant. It actually says mummy elephant put together. Melephant. That's cute. that really is cute. Oh, hey! Isn't this the creature from Princess Mononoke? A lot of it is when my opponent stops them from hitting. Oh, Dark Knight Florence. A lot of these cards are like, if you stop me from hitting with your creature, I'm taking your creature with me. Skullfly. It's a phantom bat. It's a phantom bat. Ha ha! Stray Soul. The very stone on the bottom of the card is in his eyes. When summoned, select one of your opponent's exhausted spirits, remove a core from it and place it in. Ha! They play off each other. So, some of the cards take your cores on your creatures, which, so, to be precise, if your creature does not have any cores on it, that is like having no life points or having no, health in Magic. The moment the last core leaves it, your monster automatically destroys itself. Unless that mechanic has changed. I actually have to double check this because well, that's great. Oh, they did change something. Well, that's really different. Okay. So, if I have, so this used to be the life, that little the little thing right here used to be a life piece. Now it is a deduction. So if say I have this card already on the field, because I have one of these on the field already, this becomes a 2 cost instead of being a 3. Which is different, because that wasn't the way it was before. Purple Smoky Valley! Hey! Oh wow, it really is Princess Mononoke. The deck is pretty much Princess Mononoke. Poison shot! First, when opponent destroys your spirit, draw a card. You may then pay this card's cost to activate its flash effect. Select one spirit, remove a core from it, and place it into the owner's reserve. So, your cores never get destroyed, so you don't,
For your most brilliant smile.
they don't get destroyed. You never lose your cores. They get depleted, sent to reserve, and then you get them back at the beginning of turn and can use them accordingly. But your monsters never... Bitch, I've loved purple since day one. Might I add, for my arts final, I redrew this card. I redrew this from just looking at the card. I redrew this whole fucking thing. Hand drew! That was in high school. I have always had a thing for purple. Had a thing for green, too, for a very, very long time, and still do. But yeah. Right. So basically this deck, the main thing for this deck is that Lynch helps you get everyone down. Anything used with black is perfect. But it appears the mechanic for the Lynch deck is that Lynch and other cards get the opponent's monsters down to their last core, and then the other ones proceed to beat the fuck out of it and remove it from the game. So most, if not all, monsters have to be at level 1, which means they have to have 1 core on them. Once they lose that core, they're as good as dead. Spells do not require it because it's a spell. You play it, it goes to the grave. That's all she wrote. That's all Merryweather wrote. So that's still the same, that once your creature loses all its cores, it dies. So like mana depletion, well, mana depletion in video games. Health depletion in video games. Pokemon, when you do not have any more points on your Pokemon, it dies. By the way, showing this off. I posted the video on YouTube. I got lucky and got something pretty from the card shop. But this is just entertaining, to say the least. It's a fidget spinner. It's just a basic fidget spinner at this point. I'm going to have to acquire boxes for each of these because it's going to be very much... I'm going to have to make sure that these stay in a set together. I'm probably going to have to pay for one of those leather ones that have the drawer on it. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. But... I haven't done anything with, I don't have the machine one. That's someone else's, so. The field hasn't changed much, and I'm grateful for that. Things are, like, the positioning is different. The life is still the same, which I'm very grateful for. The life is the same. We did not have a burst zone back when I originally played.
The Dyson Airwrap. Whenever I shop with Google, I know I can see a ton of user reviews to tell me exactly what I need to know.
It wasn't for the fact that I did not want you guys having to listen to silence anytime I shut my mouth. Reserve is where all the cores go when you use them. After when you haven't used them, all cores return to reserve. Any cores that hit the trash go back to reserve, which means you get to use them again. Basically, unlike energies in Pokemon that go to the trash, your cores are recyclable. They're like kinetic energy. Energy does not ever get destroyed. It just gets put into something else. You cannot destroy energy, you just go from one fucker to another. The steps are pretty simple. It's start of game, core step where you gain a core. Then you have draw, you have refresh, like every other refresh. Main, attack, end, and then your next person's turn. There is an official website. Try to see if I can get to focus. Focus, camera, focus. Nani-o. There we go. It finally focused. So, there's 3 different types of cards. Both the Nexus, I want to say the Nexus, and the monsters require you to have cores for them to sustain themselves. I'm actually going to double check that right now, because... No! Okay, so just the spirits need to have a source of power to sustain themselves. A Nexus can exist without having any cores. Which is good and cool. That's perfectly fine. Ah, I knocked the top off again. So, you've got your monsters that can attack and get life. Nexuses that are basically field spells, or if you played Magic, plane chase cards. Because the plane chase cards are always so much fun. Unnerves my brain cells. Then you have spells, which can also be traps, depending on how the spell's written. Decks are required to be 50, no more than 4 copies of any card of the same name. Unlike Digimon, it's not name. You can only have 4 copies of a card from a set. Which is so good, because they're so limited in naming for Digimon. I love my Digimon. Which reminds me, I need to take this box apart and do something with it at some point. The One Piece deck box. I need to work on a collage or something that I can put this shit in. So, then we have our red core and our blue core. In the original game, we only had blue. This red core is going to be interesting to see exactly how the game plays with it. Okay. Getting ready to play! Pick a spot off to the side of your playmat to be the void. Void is where your stuff goes at a certain point. I'm going to pull out the old book because I'm pretty sure it has an actual explanation of what the void is. Because I don't think the rules have changed that vastly much compared to the past. Yeah, the void is the same. So back in the early days, it wasn't called the void, it was called the core pool. So it's where all your extra cores go and they sit until you actually get them in game. So yeah, that's not much difference. Shuffle your deck. When shuffling your opponent's deck, place your deck face down on the deck area of your playmat. Take 5 cores from the void and place them into the life area. So you start out with 5. Start out with 5 life. You have 5 life to fucking try and kill your opponent. Take 3 cores and your soul core from the void and place them into the reserve area of your sheet. Draw 4 cards from your deck, then these cards will form your starting hit. Okay, so that is probably the difference. I'm gonna have to double check because I could have sworn you got 5 cards. No! It was 4 back then, too. This is one of those few games where it's 4 cards in hand, and that's probably going to be the easiest thing to remember for this game, is it's, 5, 3, 4. Should I say 3, 4, 5? 5 life, 3, well, 4, now it's 5, 4, 4. Yeah, 5, 4, 4. 5 life, 4 reserve, and then 4 in hand. Oh, they have the mulligan already incorporated in it. Okay. Players who choose to mulligan then return their current hand to the bottom of their deck and draw 4 cards from the top of the deck. Then reshuffle that deck with the same way as described in step 2. Players who choose not to mulligan draw an additional card, making their starting hand total 5. That's so fucked up! That is dirty. So, if your hand absolutely fucking sucks, you can throw your hand back in the deck and get another hand. But if your hand sucks and you're willing to take the risk for an extra card for the start of match, you can keep it. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. That is interesting. So the question is, do you want to try again or do you want a extra card? Either way, that could do some shit. That could really do some shit. Oh wow. I'm gonna have to keep the book out just to like double check shit, because I do not believe there was a mulligan rule in the original. Yeah, there's no mulligan. There's no mulligan in the original. Well, I'll be a hunky palooza. Well, most new card games are weird. I wish we had access to the Grand Archive stuff. So I don't know if they're going to, if they have this on the website or they have it somewhere else. Because the original book had this in the back. Frequently asked questions. So this is something that a lot of games stopped doing after they stopped doing the notebooks that come with the game, and I miss it greatly. The frequently asked questions, like the first question is, what is the maximum number of cards that I can have in my hand? There's no card limit, so you can have as many as you want. There's no hand size in the old days. I don't know if there's a hand size in the new one, because I'm gonna have to go through the whole frickin' piece of paper and see if there is. I'm going to have to look at a lot of things because but yeah. Like, in the old days, it was called depleting when you got rid of the cores. When a core and a spirit are reduced to a number lower than its level 1 cost, that card is depleted and moved to its owner's trash. I don't see that on here. Like, I'm assuming this is something that's why the QR code exists, that you can get the rest of the official rules from the website. But this seems like a very bad thing to forget to put on to the sheet, that if the characters have a core, if their core on the characters is less than what makes them a level 1, then they die. I think that's an oversight on the paper. Like, there's 37 pages to the notebook.
The beauty of a run is that it gives you plenty of time to ponder exactly.
So this is how they described the decks back in the old days. There are many other useful and powerful cards in the booster packs once you get them. Try to build a single color deck first. Let's learn the characteristics of each. Red cards are mainly aggressive and have many effects that are activated when you are attacking. They also have many destructive effects that change the game situation drastically. One of the typical cards is Flame Temptation, which I'm assuming will probably come back into circulation. It's a card that's a field wipe. It's like a Rengeki. For purple, purple cards are good at causing pain to your opponent outside of the battle. They also have many draw cards. One of the typical cards in the original was Shackles of the Doomed. I loved this card. I loved this Nexus because it did so freaking much. It prohibits spirits with only one core on them from attacking or blocking, and it stalls the game and gives enough time to draw a killer card. Green cards have comprehensively cheap costs and high damage for their cost. They are good at generating cores, which gives you a huge advantage early in the game. White cards are mainly defensive and have many effects that are activated when you are blocking. Even when you have less spirit than your opponent does, white spirits will protect your life with their strong defense power. And then X rare cards are extremely powerful cards in the booster pack. Accordingly, they are pretty hard to find. They are X rares. Come to think of it, there was supposed to be 2 X rares in the deck, if I read the back right, and I didn't. No, 1 X rare. There's supposed to be 1 X rare in this deck, and I'm kind of curious. What the X rare is, cause okay, so back in the old days, the X rares had an actual picture of an X behind the character. Now the X rare is just a little X in the far freaking corner. If only my thing would Could you refocus? Could you focus? There we go. Like right there, very hard to see it, right next to the 1. There's an X. Next to the diamond. So that's an X rare. So they're textured now. They're textured now. Not just an X on it, it's a textured. But like I miss the frequently asked questions stuff, because it gives you that kind of understanding, and that these people stopped and talked to players. Because this is all just the translated Japanese mass questions in the original game. I'm going to summon a spirit that has a cost of 6 and 2 red cost reduction. I counted 2 red spirits that I control with only 1 core on each of them as part of cost reduction. Then summon that spirit by paying a total of 4. Can I then move 2 cores from those spirits that I use for the cost reduction and let them deplete? this is a good question. These are gameplay questions, and that's something a lot of people have stopped doing with their instructions for card games, and I hate it. I really hate it, because these are questions that could tell you a lot about the game. So it's like, yes, as soon as the cost reduction part is done, you don't need to keep them in play anymore. So basically, you can have your field full of shit just to make a character cheaper, and then you can sacrifice your creatures to make the other one a higher level and stronger. That's something that I would like to know if you can do in the new game. Because all I see is you can only reduce the cost by the amount of reduced symbols on the cards, even if there are more than the number of matching symbols on the field. Spirit has 3 red reduction symbols, and there are 3 red symbols on the field. You can subtract all 3 symbols from the cost. Like, that's the same. But, like, moving cores? I don't... Okay, here it is. You may freely take cores that are on cards on your field or in your reserve and rearrange them as you like on your Spirits and Nexus. Alright, so that is apparently the same. So I'm gonna say I think most of the questions from the earlier series are still valid, but I don't think anyone thought about, hey, should we reiterate or / put these back out there for people to see? These are like judgment rules. These are judgment shit in the back of a book, and it's like, I love it. I miss this shit. I really miss this shit. When you could go in the back of a book and find your answers instead of having to go online and dig through Wikipedia, judgment pages, Reddit. I may be a little salty about a card I had to go through almost 13 websites to get a ruling on. Back when I played Force of Will. I was the one who caused that card to get a ruling, because I went as far as messaging Force of Will themselves going, hey, we need a judgment call on this. Here's the situation. What does it fall under? God, so many people hated me after that. So many people hated me after that. But it couldn't be helped. We needed a response, and it actually did cause the game to change drastically based on what you could do with it. It also caused that card to go on the ban list. Because apparently I wasn't the only one who asked the question. I was just the first to ask it. I have a habit of doing that. Doing what? Causing shit to happen? Or causing cards to get banned? My long-standing record with TCG games and getting cards banned is only 5. 5 in 20 years, okay? 5. I've only caused the banning of 5 cards, or been a part of the reason 5 cards were banned. Okay? It's only 5. One of them was actually a position ban. Yes, Tempo. Like, this... That's fine. Hi, Foggy. Well, it I was one of the people who first started with the Gravity Bind and the early grade fairies. So, I'm guilty as charged. Levantine and Force of Will. It happens. So, here's an old question, and I'm going to have to, like, take a picture of these and send them to Battle Spirits and be like, hey, so how many of these are still correct? Like, this one is a no-brainer. It's obviously, yes, this still applies. I have an effect that only says level 1, either before its effect. Do I still get that effect after leveling up to 2? No, those are valid only while they are on that level. Effects with level 1 and 2 are valid while on either level. So if your creature says this effect is allowed, yeah, 20 years! 20 years! Give me some credit. It's 20 years. One every 4 years. But yeah, so if it has a level 1 and a level 2 on it, then you can use it for multiple levels. So it's like, hey, unlike a video game where, hey, I leveled up, my effect can still be effect. Like, right here, this is still good on 1, 2, and 3. This is only good on 2 and 3. So you got 1, 2, 3. I broke the game, I'm sorry! I broke them, I found the way you exploit it, and I did it, and they realized, oh fuck, that is actually really broken. Let's, fix that. Wait, we can't fix that. We're going to stop using it then. It can't be helped, it happened. And if I hadn't done it, someone else was going to. So, this is something that needs to be on all papers. Do effects are mandatory, and that player has no option but to perform that action. On the other hand, may do effects are optional, and that player has an option to do it or not. This kicks my ass in Vanguard, because Vanguard, if your automatic ability requires a cost, it becomes optional. If there's no cost, you're fucked. That ability is going off. That ability has to go off. You can't stop it. There's no stopping it. That effect is that it happens, it's there, you fucked. Just like Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, here's the thing, they're pretty easy to get on TCG Player, and you can get them on websites to be ordered in. Shut up, Ox. One of my misplays made people realize there was actually an issue with a card, and they fixed it like a month later. Okay. The game is still spreading out. They're doing really well. And the first tournament for this is actually got a 7K first place prize support. Bushiroad's like... So this game is still super freaking big in Japan. We are babies compared to Japan with this. There are so many seasons. The seasons of Battle Spirit anime is bigger than Yu-Gi-Oh! It's bigger than Vanguard. It's big. There are a lot of seasons and a lot of different things that go for Battle Spirits in Japan. these decks can easily be picked up from having them ordered online, which is great. Battle Spirits does have a DS game. They do have a DS game. So you do have that as an option if it comes down to it. Yeah, can't do it. Can't do it. I have to be up at 4 a.m. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Foggy. So, my locals decided they were going to buy it and they wanted me in it. Well, we found out that in another state, they got demo decks. They got actual demo decks for the release of this game. My community between 5 card shops have been dying for this game. They all want this game. And none of us were able to get the demo decks. But the shop in the other state, that guy came to a convention in ours, one of the guys who works at that shop, and informed us his shop had tons of extra demo decks. And we're like, we couldn't even get one demo deck. We didn't even know there were demo decks in existence. The only demo deck we knew existed was the one I have from Shun Jump, and this thing is quite literally ancient. It's not even the same format. Because this is the old format. There are correct me if I'm wrong, Ox, there are 8 card shops in our state. There are plenty of other card shops in other states. There's plenty, like, I know a town that's got 5 in it alone in another state. Yeah, a lot more. Most of them wanted to get in on Battle Spirits. A lot of them couldn't. A lot of them want to get in on Digimon. A lot of them can't. This game, again, this is the Shun Jump release decks. I got these from Shun Jump back when I was a freaking little kid. These things are old. They're old. They're so old, they're still the white background and they still only have the B on them. The mechanics have not changed a lot, and I love that fact. They still use the gemstone mechanic, which I love and I appreciate to a degree that's unholy. I am older than you and can kick you. Shut up. I'm 5'4" and have a temper. Try me. But the really cool thing too about this game was the fact that the old artwork is all computer animated. It was computer animated before computer animated was big for card designs. The new cards, they don't look computer animated. These look like they're hand drawn. Most, if not all, the cards for the original are, if not drawn, they're CGI. A large portion of them are CGI. And then there's the rare ones like this one that are drawn. Or that one, which is also drawn. This is one of those games that I have a burning passion for because it was one of those rare things that I could get behind, and the game mechanics weren't so confusing and convoluted that my dyslexia was like, hey, guess what? I'm gonna pike you up the brain cell. Could I enjoy a game for like 5 minutes? No. Was pretty much my issue back then. I hated reading. My dyslexia was so bad when I was younger, I couldn't read to save my life. I had a hard time, and it was one of the reasons I was a fairy duelist. Fairy cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Had little to no effects. There was nothing really on the cards for me to read. So I prioritized fairies because, one, I was a girl. I'm a girl. Fairies was a thing. It was acceptable. It was a thing for girls. We went for fairies. Fairies had lack of abilities back then, so it was easy to utilize them in a weird way. When I first got the box of the Battle Spirit stuff, I was floored. The game was super simple. It came with pieces. This is rare of its own. Pieces itself is rare in a game. Unless it's a board game. You get used to those pieces and things not coming with the game. Bushiroad did not waste nor cut any resources for this game the first time around or the second time around. The only issue with the first time around is they were expecting it to be popular and big with no actual PR outside of the comic book, which didn't even have a Battle Spirits comic book in it. It just had that last page in your volume of Shun Jump that you were just like, do I want to risk my comic book to get this item? There were some of us were like, yes, it's free. All I have to do is turn it in. Let's do this. There's other people who are like, no, I'm collecting the comic books. I'm not cutting this out. And unfortunately, they expected the comic book to be their easiest way of publicity back then. I'll admit, back in 2009, 2008, there wasn't a lot of publicity or ways for them to get that shit out there. So I understand it kind of tanked, and it had a low interface because of it. This is fine. This is understandable. It was the early 2000s. We can't blame anyone. We can't say anything about it. This game, if it could have taken off back then, could have been in the top 5 card games in the world. I say this having played a copious amount of card games. And I mean, I've played them everywhere, anywhere, and in the holiest of grandeur. I have looked through almost any and every card game I could get my hands on since I was young when I found my first card games that are I play everything that's unholy in any game that I play, except for Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not a fan of zombies in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know what's wrong with zombies in Yu-Gi-Oh!, but they just don't do it for me. They make it very hard for me to get behind. I can't do it. I can't do a zombie deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! But fairies are technically not holy, nor are they good, so fairies have never been the good guy. They've always been tricksters. They've always been unholy. So that's a stand rapture of that one. Am I looking forward to seeing where this game is gonna go? Hell yeah! Do I think this is gonna get the momentum it should have gotten all those years ago? Oh yes, especially since they now do the commercials on YouTube. There's publicity everywhere. There's people who've come up to my roommate and have asked him, do you know what this is? It's been coming up in my feed. That alone is just fucking beautiful. I am, ironically enough, one of the founding players of Force of Will. I am an Origin. I have been, for the US branch, I have been playing since Biofrost. Force of Will is a game I've been playing since Biofrost. Vanguard, I unfortunately am a second generation. I was not around until after the 4th box dropped. So unfortunately, I am not a part of the first generation. I am a part of the second generation. Chaotic was a love that I had to let go of way too soon. I got to play it once and never got to play it again. I have enough Kaijudo cards to make structure decks for people to play. Just making this clear. I have plenty of cards from Kaijudo to do shit. I love Kaijudo. I have the anime. I swear it's legal. I swear I went through legal channels. Don't report me. I have Dragonborn. I have played Flesh and Blood once in my life. I could not get behind it. I have One Piece. I just got that. My roommate, who is worse of a card game addict than me, has the Grand Archive cards in a demo deck. I was the one who found them first, though, and told him about it. What happens when you have two card addicts in the same apartment? We have way too much card stock. If our house went up in flames, you would see both of us running in to die with our cards. No, we're card dragons. Get it right. We have a horde. They're cards. We have a horde. Okay? Be clear. We have horde. We have a horde. We're dragons, not gremlins. We're dragons. Just being clear on this.
Secret to my hair.
There's a difference.
My black is versatile. My black sets trends. Whatever I want my hair
to be honest,
is beautiful.
If you want to try this game, then my biggest suggestion is to try this game. This game is very easy to get into. It's very simple. It comes with everything you need. If you need someone to play against, you could probably... The server is probably going to be up in the next few months. If not it already being up. I'm gonna pull back a little. The server is probably already up, and most of us just don't know it, on Discord, where you can play with other people. Heck, they're having a tournament already, so that means there has to be some kind of online play right now with Discord. The game has, to put it bluntly, a vast wealth of things you can do with it. It also does, unless I am wrong and they have changed the mechanics of this, you do not have to follow one color in this game. You can if you want, but it's more archetyping, if not ability playoff, that is the key. You might want to keep to like a minimum of 2 colors to make sure your cost reduction is good, but in most cases, you can do what you fucking want. The game has a vast library of things. Just because you have a red on the field doesn't mean you can't play a purple. Just because you have a green on the field doesn't mean you can't play red or play yellow. The game does not require you to stay within your colors lane, which is still, if the game has not changed that one piece of mechanics, then that's still a thing. You can still mix colors, which is good, because that means there's so much variety and there's so much future to a game. It's one of the reasons I liked Force of Will, because you could mix if you were willing to deal with the mana requirements. If you're willing to deal with the mana requirements, you were good. Which is why I came up with Bloody Snow White Knights and Helsing, or Little Red Elves for Force of Will. Which, ironically enough, someone posted my build online and went to champ with it, and I'm still pissed that my ex let that shit fucking happen. And but it is a good game to get into. The structure decks are rather reasonable in pricing. They give you everything you need. It's something very simple that any first-time player can get into. Don't recommend letting a super little kid get into this, though, because, hey, those pieces look like candy. Those pieces look like candy. Deny nothing of this. Those pieces look like candy. I'm probably gonna have to buy a box to have all my decks in. TCG player, last I checked, was good. Ideal 808. Might I add, neither TCG or Ideal 808 are sponsoring this video. Yeah, they have substitute token cards in the packs, but 808 does deliver to Canada. Ideal 808 does deliver to Canada. TCG player does deliver to Canada. Last I checked, 808 they were in stock. They had the stuff in stock. But I will be adding a Battle Spirits to the Discord later. There we go. If that. I will be adding Battle Spirits to Discord. Both, Ox. Both. We have multiple practice rooms in Ronin for a reason. If only I could get the one person who actually needs this practice rooms to give me his damn Discord so I can put him in the fucking server. But alas. So, Dragons is for aggro players. Fairy is gonna give you your defense. And Lynch is going to siphon the life away from them. I hit my hand. And I hate life. So, I hope you guys enjoyed stream. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of this stuff. I hope that I possibly kindled your interest and curiosity for the cards. I fucked up my hand at work. I'll live. I'm actually able to grip things and close my hand. It's just touching the back of it that's the issue right now still. But I'll live. But alas. Does anyone know someone they would want us to raid? Well, here's the question. Foggy. Which deck are you looking for? Okay, so you want Machines and Dragon. Join our Discord and I'll see what I can do for you. I have a massive paycheck coming next week, and I am actually going to be sending out the prize support that I meant to send out because I've been broke. So, join our Discord and let me see what I can do for you. Because I got connections, and I will figure that shit out. AKA, I work at way too many card shops. But does like I said, does anyone know someone that they think we should raid? Or any request for a person to be raided? I'm trying to figure someone out, because... Sorry it's taking me so long to find someone. I'm trying to make sure that they're like a smaller stream, because the only other option would be to go after co-effects. Oh, I found a little elf doing a collab, but she only has three people watching. Let's go with that one. Let's make a little elf happy, because they only have 3 viewers. Yeah. I will see you guys all Monday night, okay? And Tuesday night. Love you all night. Das Vidania, Jana, Uyazumi.
I'm designing a serene patio space, and I cannot find the perfect love seat. Google has this cool AR feature that actually lets you see products within your space.